Burundi, can you get ready?
To the capital. We are the peak of this first part of the celebration. Let's move to the next box. Let's go to the next box.
munaasabadan oo loogu dabaaldegay maalinta Afrika ayaa waxaa ka soo qayb galay madaxda dalka wakiilka gaarka ah ee qaramada midoobay wakiilada ka jooga dalalka Afrika taliyaha ciidanka xooga dalka Soomaaliyeed ayadana ay soo qaban qaabiyeen midowga Afrika iyo AMISOM ugu horeyn waxaa goobta ka hadlay wakiilka gaarka ah ee qaramada midoobay Michael Keaton sidoo kale Francisco Mandela gudoomiyaha midowga Afrika ayaa dhankiisu warka maqliyada soo aqrino sidoo kale Francisco Mandela gudoomiyaha midowga Afrika ayaa dhankiisu u hambaliyay maalinta asagoona ka warbixiyay awoodda ay Soomaaliya ku leedahay dalka Afrika ugu dambeyn wasiirka warfaafinta Cabdiraxmaan Cumar Cismaan Yuriso oo saxaafadda la hadlay ayaa faahfaahin ka bixiyay isla maalintan روض عبد حسن سومالي نيوز تي في مقالة muqdisho xoogaa balkeen warka dhan waxa lagu dhahaa magaciisa xasan ka ah warkoogi horta
waan ku faraxsanahay in munaasabadan idin kala soo qayb galo Afrika waxay qayb ka tahay qaaradaha ugu yar marka dunida loo eego ha yeeshee waa dhul hodan ah munaasabadan maanta aan u dabaaldegayno waxa horseed ka ahaa guusheeda in la gaaro Soomaaliya waxay qayb ka ahayd dalalkii gaarsiiyay dalal badan wax hadalku waa dheeriya hadalka inuu dheeraad ma rabaa inuu noqdaal raba
waxa ka bilaabay Soomaaliya waa munaasabadan aan u dabaaldegayno dadkii nabadaas dhaliyay waa munaasabada maanta halkan aan munaasabadan aan u dabaaldegayno dadkii curiyay waxa qayb munaasabadan aan u dabaaldegayno waxa horseed ka ahaa dalka Soomaaliya haddii aan iskaashano al-shabaab waa la cirib tiri karaa haddii aan iskaashano walaalaheena Soomaalida al-shabaab waa aan cirib tiri karnaa waa dhinay warkiisa kan kale malaamiya
here with us all the time supporting and especially to UK Embassy to Mogadishu for organizing the valuable competition today. I understand that there was a British team as well who lost today. So you can see how Somalia is striving to. And as you know, most of you will know that Somalia used to be one of the greatest nation in Africa that used to support the struggle of the independence to other African nations. We were the biggest contributor when it comes to peacekeeping to other African countries. We had a history that we are very proud of it. And Somalia, as a founding member of the then Organization of the African Union, now called African Union, we are very proud to be here standing today to see that our African forces, brothers and sisters, are here to help and support so that Somalia can become again the nation that everybody used to know. It's a great honor and privilege for us to be happening this event in Mogadishu, in particular this new place that African Union Mission have created for cultural activities. Really, it shows that the progress of Somalia is something that we have seen every day, something new, something that gives us a hope that Somalia is back. I remember I came back from UK 9 years ago in Mogadishu. Since then, I was here. So I miss my children and my family, but I don't regret for being here for the last 9 years, because I'm here to help my country to become a Somalia that we all knew. I'm one of those privileged Somalis who studied the primary, the secondary, the university for free. Even when we go into university, we used to get allowances for our accommodation and everything. So that Somalia, that we had all Somalis were together, we were one family. I'm sure that once we overcome the challenge that we have now, we will become one of the greatest nations in the world, if not in Africa. And also, Somalia is well placed in terms of strategically. We have the longest coast, we have resources, we have all the things that a country would hope for. And we have the young generation who is really our asset. We have a vibrant community who are resilient, who really, I can't imagine, no country would have survived of the amount of the chaos that we have been for the last 27 years or so. We have witnessed not only chaos, civil war, we have witnessed piracy, we have witnessed terrorism, we have witnessed warlordism, we have witnessed clan civil war, and now we are back. And thanks to our African brothers and sisters who came to help and to see Somalia stand on its feet. Without you, we would not be here today. The 10 years that you have been here really is a brother, is the one, the genuine brother, is the one who comes to you at the right time when you need the most. And African Union forces came at the right time in 2007 to help Somalia. Not only coming to help, but you're giving us your blood, your boys and girls are coming here to die for us so that Somalia can become the greatest nation that it used to be. So that is something that we will never forget, and we thank you very much for that. And I also understand that because of our international partners who are helping, that's why we're all here. Without them, we would not have achieved much. We would not have the African forces fighting Al-Shabaab. We would not have without the resources that we get from our international partners. The reason that we're all here, our international partners, African forces, and AU mission, and UNSOM, and all these institutions, and our diplomats who are here, because they have a hope that Somalia is becoming back. And not only that, they are here because we face the same threat. This is a global threat that needs a global solution. So I cannot imagine the African forces, the 10 years, the progress that we are making for the Somali National Army, together with African forces, by by eliminating the threat from Al-Shabaab is really something huge success. If this new African Forces mission would have been a European or American mission, the world would have noticed and we would have seen the joy. But we Africans, we don't like claiming the success because we believe this is our duty. So thank you very much for our brothers and sisters who came to help us at the time that we all needed. As you all know, 8th of February, really...
Engineer Yariso, the guest of honor, Minister of Information representing His Excellency the Prime Minister, Your Excellency the Deputy Minister of Defense, Abdullahi Robi, who together with the Minister of Information are also representing the Prime Minister, the Chief of Defense Forces of Somalia, who is here with us today, Ambassador Keating, the UN Special Representative of the UN Secretary General, Ambassador Qin Hian of the People's Republic of China, Ambassador Olgan Baker of the Republic of Turkey, His Excellency General Nathan Mugisha, Ambassador of Uganda, Ambassador Lucas Tumbo, His Excellency Ambassador of Kenya, Mr. Ben Lister Beams, representing the UK, all of you in your distinguished capacities, the head of the delegation of the UN AU AMISOM review team, the two heads representing the African Union and representing the UN, let me start by presenting the African Union heartfelt condolences to the UK government for the barbaric attack that took place in the UK 2 days ago, which took the lives of young, innocent children, mostly children, and wounded more than 50 others. We are with you. We know that terrorism is treacherous, and the best way to confront the terrorism is never to bow to their whims, and we have to continue to celebrate life. And that is what we are doing today as we continue to push forward our agenda. Your Excellencies, today is 25th of May, the day African Union and its member states are celebrating the Africa Day. This is a day in which originally was instituted by our founding fathers to glorify our achievements, to celebrate our freedom and our liberty. I want to thank you all for honoring our celebrations with your individual presence. This is for us an extremely important occasion. The brotherhood that led to the formation of the OAU as it was known then, is clearly manifested in the presence of the AU mission in Somalia. For 10 years now, we have been out on a limb for our brothers and sisters in Somalia, and we are highly encouraged by the huge strides that the country has made towards attaining full stability despite continuing challenges. Somalia deserves freedom, peace, and stability because Somalia, in its days of glory, was the champion of African liberation. Somalia was a founding member of the OAS.
Diplomatic Corps, UN African Union Joint Review Team, all protocols observed. I feel very privileged to represent the Diplomatic Corps, and when I recall on their founders who established this day, I feel very privileged because their main objective was about unity. And most of the songs here, if you took note, were about unity. The message was about unity. So we need to find out why unity has become a problem, that our founders thought it wise to have Africa united, but up to now, we still have a big challenge towards this subject. They aspired to have peace. I don't know how much of that peace we have achieved, but at least for Somalia, since we have been here almost 10 years, we have, as AMISOM, troop contributing countries, and the Somali forces, we have at least moved some milestones, although there is still more to be done. Our founders for this day aspired for tolerance. Tolerance of all people and their divergent views. They also aspired for freedom. Freedom for Africans in their diversity to be able to express themselves. But up to now, some of the African communities, actually a good percent, have achieved this, but quite a number of our communities are still lacking. They aspired to have dignity, an African people that has their dignity respected. They aspired to have human rights observed. Up to this day, we still have some violation of human rights, and that's why we are here to help our brothers and sisters in Somalia to ensure that they recover and they regain their human rights. They also aspired to have cultural diversity. We are in many different shades, as you saw here, and various dances here. It reflects just a fraction. We are so many languages in the continent, so many cultures, and these could be harnessed, could be promoted to promote peace, promote harmony, and to bring development. The founders also aspired for harmonious coexistence. I think we still have this as a challenge. Some countries, some communities have benefited from this harmonious coexistence, but we still have to do more to make sure that the African people get harmonious coexistence, because we still have some who are lacking this aspect. we have to look at the issue of empowerment of the youth. Africa is a young population, as the previous speaker said. The youth are a big challenge that we must unite, we must skill to be able to be guided properly and not to divert their energy into unjustifiable wars like this one we are fighting. Since it is the biggest population of African society, and since they lack skills, and since we still have a lot of resources, we need to offer them guidance to ensure that their energy is well directed towards the development of Africa. We still remain with a lot of challenges as a continent. In most of the news you see, there is a lot of sad news. Most of the corners, I don't know whether this is because of the journalists, but there is endemic.
Because the youth hold the key to the continent's future, we must all rally our efforts towards ensuring the youth are a dynamic force in our everyday existence. As AMISOM, we do recognize that successes on the security front in Somalia cannot be realized without an agenda that includes the youth. Most of those who are fighting are young Somalis. We need to empower those young Somalis and rescue those who have fallen into the hands of violent extremist groups. 2 weeks ago, I interacted with Somalis living in London, where I emphasized the need for concerted efforts to restore security in Somalia. You are aware that our youth are being recruited by terror cells to maim and kill. We must bring down the recruitment of our young men and women into these organizations through purposeful activities. We are very happy that President Formaggio, who is extremely clear about what he wants for Somalia, has enacted an amnesty for all those who are in the hands of Al-Shabaab to abandon that organization and join their brothers and sisters in the reconstruction of Somalia. This is a political decision with a long reach. What I would ask is that we all, with whatever we have, we support President Formaggio in putting together the means he needs to accommodate these youths as they run away from Al-Shabaab, so that they don't have a second reason to go back to Al-Shabaab. Like I told the Somali diaspora, we must stop being used as training grounds for terror. We must destroy the terrorist cells from which these enemies of progress operate and work towards their total elimination. AMISOM is focused on this. We are happy that the UN and the AU have dedicated the benchmarking process they have been doing over the last few years to the review of AMISOM transition. We are ready for that transition, but we want an assuring, responsible, and a purposeful transition. A transition that is going to be led by the will of the Somalis. We will do what the Somalis want us to do. We will work with them to ensure that the gains they have accumulated today and the one that they are going to accumulate tomorrow are secured as we prepare for our drawdown and exit. We want to assure the Somalis we will be there for you when you need us. We will leave when you want us to leave, the time you want.
Is 4 years younger than I am, so still very, very young. Its foundation in 1963 was a turning point in the history of Africa, a watershed in the continent's quest to assume responsibility for its own destiny, for independence, for self-determination. And it is fitting that the OAU is still, like me, relatively young, because this continent is still young in many senses. It's the population of Africa is very, very young, and in many ways the challenges of the OAU are to meet the aspirations of tens of millions, hundreds of millions of young people, men and women, boys and girls on this continent. The resources of Africa, both in terms of human resources and natural resources, are truly extraordinary, and in large part have yet to be fully discovered, let alone put to the service of the people of Africa for peace and prosperity. I think the biggest challenge that we face here in Africa is getting the governance arrangements right, so that the natural resources, whether in terms of people or in terms of what's on the ground, can be put to the service of peace and jobs and prosperity and enjoyment of human rights. And we see that here in Somalia. And I'm delighted to be speaking before the Minister. And I think we face a particularly special opportunity here in Somalia with the arrival of the election of the new government. This is a moment of great political opportunity, and yet, brothers and sisters, colleagues, Somalia faces terrible challenges right now. The condition facing the population is perhaps worse today than it has been for many, many years. And so we have good politics, but a very difficult reality. And how can we capture the good politics and turn it into gains for all the people of Somalia? And in microcosm, but in a less dramatic way, that is the challenge facing the OAU and all of Africa. How do we turn incredible human resources, natural resources, into benefits for the population so that they can enjoy their full role in life? Let me just say that I am very proud of the partnership that the UN has with the African Union. We work very closely together here. I want to acknowledge the role of the African Union and of AMISOM in Somalia in particular, as well as across the continent. What AMISOM has done, what the troop contributing countries has done, is truly remarkable over the last 10 years in helping Somalia go down a political path, in protecting the emergence of a federal state, and most recently in protecting the electoral process, and AMISOM's future role.
Big hand for the ladies. Sector 7 components in action.
All
A big hand for the ladies, please. A big hand unless you are not happy. Thank you very much, Uganda. As you're aware, this is Africa Day. We have done two from East Africa, that is Uganda and Somalia. Can we have the cultural dance from Nigeria? We are going to the West African, the guest of Romasa. West Africa, show us your dance. Sector 7 components, gender issues. A big hand for the ladies. Flexible ways are rare to be seen in public. Let's appreciate them. A big hand for the ladies.
Your Excellency, the Special Representative of the UN Secretary General, Your Excellency, the Special Representative of the AU Chairperson,
you have to.
Your Excellency, the representative of the European Union, Your Excellencies, ambassadors of the diplomatic corps, Your Excellencies, ministers and honorable MPs of the Federal Government of Somalia, members of the AU-UN review team, led by Mr. Bam, head of PSOD, and Mr. Walid from the UN headquarters in New York, partners and friends of AMISOM, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, today is the 25th of May. So welcome to the Africa Day. Welcome to this beautiful facility, AMISOM Recreation Center. Today, AMISOM, Somalia, the African Union and its member states, and several countries across the world are celebrating the Africa Day. This year's Africa Day comes at a unique moment for AMISOM, which makes this event even more special. First, it comes shortly after AMISOM celebrated the 10 years of its existence. And second, the African Union and the United Nations are currently conducting a joint review of AMISOM in view of reconfiguring the mission to complete the job for which it was sent to Somalia. And third, which probably is a first, AMISOM is honored to be celebrating the day in Mogadishu together with colleagues and the senior leadership from the AU headquarters in Addis and from the United Nations headquarters in New York. With these few words, let me now take you through the rest of the items on our agenda. We shall have a series of speeches, I may call them keynote speeches, the first of which will be delivered by the EU representative. That would be followed by a speech by the SRSG, and then there will be a speech by the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, after which I will invite the SRCC to deliver his speech, and then to invite the guest of honor for his speech. And then there will be a cutting of the Africa Day commemoration cake. And that will be followed by a group photograph, and then there will be refreshment, after which we shall conclude the day with a vote of thanks. So thank you very much once more for honoring our invitation. On this note, let me invite the Special Representative of the Secretary General of the United Nations, Ambassador Mike Keating, to help us legislative.
big hand for the Somali National Army Band. A big hand, let's welcome the second component in the area. As you can see, I have senior staff officers who are leading the group. Somali National Army Band gets ready to perform. That is the 7 component, expressing the detailed task to the sector. That is detailed task which was given by the sector commander.
Somos sociedade sangue na baguete, essa cangaia, essa saga do
easy to dance in public, but it's easy to dance in private, but if they can display their dances in public, we acknowledge. Sector 1, we are going to have the Somali band to perform the last traditional dance. Sector 1, start getting ready. In the meantime, let's appreciate the ladies, please. Thank you very much, Burundi, Sector 1.
حفلة سياسة نوسو قاسمي ولو Bandhigay maalinta Afrika oo tan ilaa tanka May ku asteysay oo soo qabanqaabiyeen African Union ama midowga Afrika iyo ciidamada AMISOM halkan jooga runtii anaga sida dawlad ahaan aad baan ugu faraxsanahay in Afrika maalinteeda lagu qabto muqdisho waxaan soo xasuusinaysaa
Just give the minister a few minutes to complete the interview.
sidii Soomaaliya ahaan jirtay doorkii Afrika ku lahayd maqlayseen khudbadda meeshan ka jeediyay anigoo matalaya ra'iisul wasaaraha oo maanta soo qaybgeli waayeen waxay ahayd inaan uga mahadcelinno wadamada Afrika sida ay noogu soo gurmadeen iyo sidoo kale inaan xasuusino taariikhda Soomaaliya ee ahaan jirtay oo Soomaaliya ay ahayd wadamadii ugu horeeyay ee dimuqraadiyaddana keenay wadamadii ugu horeeyay ee wadamada kale Afrika caawina oo la socotaan in wadamo badan ay u diri jireen ciidan nabad ilaalina iyo Afrika in muxuu ahaa ka mid ahayn aabayaashii aasaasay midowga Afrika arrimahaas oo dhan xasuusintan waxay ahayd inaan tusnay in Soomaaliya hadda ay diyaar tahay cagaheedana ay isku taagto dadaalka 10 sano ay hayeen aan hadda diyaar u nahay in ciidamadii Soomaaliyana ay diyaar yihiin mar dhow inay wadankii amniga la wareegaan sidoo kalena Soomaaliya ay noqon doonto waddan taariikhdii ay ku lahaan jirtay soo ceshata waa la socotiin oo dadkiin dhalinyarada waxaa laga yaabaa inaydan ogeen African Village waxa loo dhisay waxay ahayd waagii waxaa lagu qabanaya shirkii African Union magaalada muqdisho African Village oo waagaas 70 la dhisay guryaha la dhisay guryaha waagaas wixii jiray casri buu ahaa marka Soomaaliya taariikh weyn bay ku lahayd xeebta liida waxaa usoo dalxiis tegi jiray dadka caalamka ka wada yimaada marka taariikhdaas iyada inaan maanta kale isxasuusiyo si ay noogu sahlanaan sanadka dambena waxaan ka codsaday inaan halkan ugu qabano xafladaan lagu qabto stadium muqdisho banaadir koonis sportiibadeeda marka aad iyo aad u mahadsantahay Madeira, the special representative of the Secretary General of the UN, Ambassador Michael Keating, and Deputy Minister for Defense, Abdullahi Alad Roble, distinguished ambassadors, excellencies, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a great honor for me to be here on behalf of the Somali federal government and the people of Somalia to really attend the African Union Day in Mogadishu. I would like to hugely thank the African Union Mission for organizing this event and really bringing all these people together to this wonderful event with Somali bands and African culture and dancing. It really gives us a hope that Mogadishu that we knew at the time is back. African Union Day really is a day that we need to celebrate, to look at the history and to see.
Al-Sidam Madakalle Sidande Annahawa Bagu Kewaruwe Annahawa Al-Sidam Madakalle Sidande
will be given by His Excellency, the Special Representative up here. So it's a continuous process. The gift and the certificate will be given out here by the DMC and the excellent senior representative. And the trophy for the winner is given out today by the SRC. So, without much ado, I will call on the DMC to just make a short statement.
Amazon. This cake was designed by myself. I'm from the Caribbean island of St. Vincent, and Johnson, our baker from Uganda. It's an African-inspired cake. We did our best to combine spices from all African nations, and it took us over 16 hours to design this cake. I hope you all enjoyed. A lot of work went into it. Again, it's a pleasure for SKA to provide this service to all. Thank you.
Thank you.
On the count of three. One, two, and three. Number two, look at
And in our midst is the Deputy Force Commander, Operations and Plans, and the Somali Senior Management. We have gifts to give and certificates. It's going to be a continuation.
You want to say something? Thank you. Since the space is very reduced, we just want to display to you the winning team. Others can wait. The winning team.
Afrika, nakupenda Afrika, Afrika.
Volleyball. And this is the captain. Mr. Minister, please. I also have to say that this tournament was possible because
all the teams that participated. It's indeed a very great.
how young they are and how capable they are. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Captain of each team will come take a photo with the
Is it okay there? You got it? Exactly.